Right, good afternoon guys, time for yet another explore. This is not so much urbex as an abandoned movie location. It's been there, it wasn't originally a movie location, it was a hunting lodge. It's now just an abandoned cabin in the woods. It comes from the film The Descent. I'll talk a bit more about that as we go out hunting for it. Adventures of Paul is with me as usual. Weather's held off so far. We've had sporadic little showers and storms all afternoon. If we get a rumble of thunder, that just adds to the ambience of it. But anyway, come and join us. Paul has come well prepared as per usual, wearing his wellies. Me, the silly bugger, got a pair of trainers on, so it's all squelchy and boggy. We have both made our way to this place before. I think it was summer last year in the dead of night. I think somewhere like 2-3 o'clock in the morning we come up with a crazy idea of let's just make our way through the woods and get up to this place, and it was an absolute nightmare. You could not see a thing. What you see now looks nothing like this when it's pitch black, and we was going off in all sorts of weird and wonderful directions. As I said, if you're going to do these things, come well prepared. The weather this year has been ridiculous, just constant showers. Okay guys, this is your Victorian era fridge, aka known as the ice house. So what they would do is there's a pond area above where we're standing to the right, which is quite large, and they would hold fish in there, and along with fish they would scoop out the ice when it got very, very cold. And behind them wooded area there, the log bit, I could shine in my torch, but I'm not really that bothered. I might do in a second. I'll just look around these wall bits, see if there's any cave spiders, etc. But what they would do is they would fill it full of ice, and that would work the same as your modern day refrigerator, or freezer even. There we go, just put a little bit of light on the subject. Where them branches are behind that is a huge pit. In some cases they go down a good 40 odd feet, and there's usually a winch it's kept up above there. That possibly could be a winch hook, and a bucket would obviously go down and collect the ice and fish and cheese and meat products and whatever else they kept in there. Now it's probably an area that just harbours bats. They'll come here during the daytime hours to rest, and as it's starting to get twilight, I wouldn't be surprised if they start flying out soon. But I'm not going to hang around because I don't want to disturb them. Because it's boggy on the main path, I'll leave Paul to that and make my way through this wooded trail. So this area, not too far, it's Ashridge Estate. It's not too far as a bird flies from Pinewood Studios. And this, they've had scenes from Harry Potter, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, all them sort of sci-fi movies. They've all had scenes shot here. And it's just a pretty cool place to bring you this explore. And then after we've done this explore, there is an actual, not a sci-fi or a fictional event that happened, but actual true to life, which I should do in a short vlog afterwards. Our film itself came out in 2005 by a guy, directed by Neil Marshall. He is synonymous with another cult film, this being a cult film itself, that being Dog Soldiers, which, me having a phobia of werewolves, I haven't watched it that many times, but I have seen it. Come across pretty well, had a great reception. But this one, which he did a little bit later, had an even better reception. Itself a cult movie. The Descent, set in the Appalachian Mountains, but not filmed there, filmed here in the UK. We're not too far from Pinewood, so the actual sets, the inside the cave area, they called it scalumping, North America, same sort of thing as caving. But a group of 6 girls, after a tragic accident happened the previous year and 2 people died, leaving just a girl left. She meets up with friends to sort of get herself out of it a bit and go on a little bit of a jolly. They get together at this said cabin where we're about to go to, and from there they proceed to go down into this area which is full of caves below the Appalachian Mountains. One of the girls has an accident, I believe she breaks her leg, and then they come across these humanoid-ish type of creatures which are totally albino, known as crawlers. They've got no skin, very pearlescent shiny eyes. They don't see very well because they live all their time in the dark, and they've got teeth like, I'd say like a shark, and eventually they encounter each other, and obviously, as creatures do, these creatures, we are very much on their menu if we end up in their realm, which we did, and it becomes a fight for survival, all sort of gruesomeness which sort of carries on throughout the movie. And of course, one person survives, because if they didn't survive, we wouldn't have what is known as a sequel. So anyway, let's make our way to it. Some serious freaky trees that are around here. A plethora of squirrels jumping around them. Just saying, we've been going through here about half an hour because of the route that we've taken and where we parked up. We've not seen a single person. Sky is starting to sing a little bit. Hopefully we'll pick up a little bit of thunder. And keep its rain, but the little crackle and whistle of thunder and lightning would be cool. That certainly added a little bit of colour. The old bluebells are out. Well guys, we did get lost in the woods at one point, but we're back on track. This is the path area which leads to it. It's what you want to find. It's a nice smooth path, but unfortunately the heavens have opened. So, brolly's up, but we shall continue. But then again, turning around and saying that, any decent horror movie has a storm and dodgy weather with it. Right guys, as we peer around the corner here, we get our first look at the actual cabin from the movie, the 2005 movie, The Descent. That is not just a movie prop. I think back in the day it was an old hunting lodge, but that is where quite a few scenes were filmed. There's a point at the back there where the girls are all standing together. I'll try and marry that up as I get around the corner. Don't know whether we'll actually be able to get in there or not. Certainly worth a try, just to stand on the veranda of something so monumental. It really is a niche movie, cult classic if you like, the horror genre. Well, that is certainly a better view of it compared to last time. Well, it was the early hours of the morning when we arrived. Some of the wood's fallen away. This area here would have had a log going across there, and this is where the girl stood for a photo shoot, part of the movie. But there you have it. That is from your cult horror movie, The Descent. This is where the girls stayed the night before, and then they went down into the caves and were confronted with them crawlers, and that's when all hell broke loose. So that there, if this will focus in, that there, I'm not really showing it very clearly, that is the picture of the girls, which was taken just at that spot there, I believe, where they're all together. Before, I don't know which one survived. I think there's only one that survived out of all of them. And then of course you've got the creatures. I really do hope this is focusing. It doesn't look as if it is, but that is one of your crawlers right there. Anyhow, if you look up on the movie, you'll know what a crawler is. You'll see the pictures of the girls standing in front of this cabin here. Final few shots of this iconic landmark. Paul managed to get in there. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Myself and Adventures of Paul really appreciate that. That, as I said, behind us is the Cabin in the Woods from the movie The Descent, cult movie classic from 2005, from the same director of Dog Soldiers, so it's got a huge cult following. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see you in the movies. Bye for now.